everyone, how's it going? Christina here. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to another video. Doing a weekly update for you on Mudang. This is a project that I just recently introduced to the channel about a week or two ago. However, it's one that I've had my eyes on for quite a while. I think it's really a strong project from the Solana network. Now, I just want to say I am not the biggest fan of the Solana network for an array of reasons. However, that's not to say that you can't find a few good projects on that network or ones that have potential to pump. I do tend to think it's a smaller few than, ones that you would find on Base or the Caspa chain or even Ethereum. But Mudang is definitely one of those projects that is in that small group of Solana coins that I do think has potential to do very well this bull cycle. And I'm going to explain some of the reasons why. I've explained these reasons in my past videos, but I just kind of like to reiterate. I want to start with the chart here first and foremost. This had a pretty good pump initially. This started back in September of 2024. So we're approaching the 1 year mark on this project. So yes, this is its first official bull cycle. We saw a small pump on the 28th of September up to about 27 cents. Came down a little bit on the 23rd of October down to 6 cents, and then it shot up to its first all-time high to 62 cents. That was on the 17th of November. Came down on the 28th of November down to 36 cents. Back up again to almost 59 cents at 5,872. That was on the 2nd of December. Came down again on the 19th of December down to 24 cents, and then it kind of consolidated and stayed in this flat consolidation range for quite a while here from February 1st all the way over to May 7th. And we see it kind of hanging out in the 3 cent, 4 cent mark. Then finally, it picked back up again back in mid-May, the 13th of May, up to about 31 cents, and it is consolidating right now, sitting at 19 cents. So it is getting ready for that next pump. As you know, we're kind of in the latter half of the summer here. So now things are starting to prepare to pump and, get ready to really surge in terms of prices through the fall. And when I look at this chart and how this is consolidating in this line here, this is telling me it's getting ready for that next pump up, which should be way higher than this all-time high over here. Market cap is currently sitting at 192.27, so it's down a little bit at 3.88%. We have a 24-hour volume of 107.78 mil, which is down slightly at 11.92%. But when I look at the volume here as a whole, and I come over here into around May, the volume's looking pretty good. We see it go, as high as 912.88%. Not sure it's hit the 1 mil mark yet, but it definitely can. And, one of the big reasons why I think this project is so great is because it has very prominent tier 2, and tier 3 listings, and it is a Coinbase meme. And it also has crypto.com and Kraken, and Binance. So Binance US, which is huge, but especially the Coinbase listing. I call this a Coinbase coin, Coinbase Solana coin. There's another one that I call this that as well. But that speaks volumes to me. Tons of exchange listings, tier 2 listings, tier 3 listings, as you can see as we go through all of the pages here, tons and tons of listings. So this shows me, yes, it might be launched on Solana, but this is a long-term play. It's been on the market now for almost a year, establishing itself. The team is putting in the time and the money to get exchange listings. They're working on their marketing, very strong marketing campaign. You can go over and give them a follow on X and check that out for yourselves. So they're very active. They put in the effort, and they have a Coinbase listing, and that to me is absolutely huge. When a project has a Coinbase listing and it's been on the market for at least a year, and this is its first bull cycle, that is a combination for success, in my opinion. When a project is on Coinbase, that gives it much more exposure to retail investors, newbies to the market, the normies, and when newer investors have access to a coin like this on Coinbase and Binance and all those tier one and main exchanges, um, they are going to be racing to buy this because they don't know how to use those decentralized exchanges, those shadier or harder exchanges to maybe buy those other low cap memes. So when you have one like this that's a Solana meme and it's available on Coinbase, they're going to be rushing to buy it because it's so easily accessible on these tier one exchanges. And all those people, retail investors, newer investors, even seasoned investors rushing to buy it ultimately helps drive the price. Remember, a chart relies heavily, we have more control than we think. A chart relies heavily on buyers and sellers. You want your buyers and holders to outweigh your sellers, right? It's a simple concept. The more buyers you have, the more people buying in, the more people buying in to eat up those sellers and those dips caused by people, selling their bags. That's what you want in a project. You want your project to be swamped with buyers and holders, and that will ultimately hold the price and help drive the price. So the community sentiment on this is okay. I think this has to do with the lack of exposure right now, which is another reason why I'm doing this video to kind of, um, you know, help people gain more exposure for this project and help people to recognize how much potential that this has, this coin. So 168.3K votes on this, 81% are bullish, 19% are bearish. I'd like to see that percentage go up, and I think it can and it will as more eyes get on this. Now, people ask me, okay, well, how much do I have to put into this? This is another reason why I think this is like a true treasure low cap kind of meme. You don't have to put a lot in this. Minimum $50. But if you want to make 10K plus, I would put in about $100 on this, $150. That is all. Obviously, you could put more depending on what you want to make on this, but you do not have to put a lot into this. In terms of price predictions, so we have a price of 0.1939 and about a 50x. We'll put it at $9 and almost 70 cents. We can round that up to 9.70. So if you put in about $150, so again, you don't have to be putting thousands or millions into this. And then let's say it goes to $9.70. That's $7,507. If it does a 100x, which I do think this is going to do, put it at about $19. Put in 150 bucks. You would acquire 773 Mudang coins. You would make about 14, almost 15K. So 50x, 100x. I think it can do 100x. But again, I think 150 bucks, maybe 200 bucks. Play it safe if you do want to hit that 10K for sure. But that's all you have to put into this. This is, a low cap. This is one where you get a small bag, hold it, see what it does. This should not be a heavy bag in your portfolio. This is one of your, this is one of those low cap Solana memes that you throw, not 20 bucks, but because it's not a degen play in my opinion, because it does have the Coinbase listing, but you put a small bag in and you hold it, and but I think it has far more potential than it just being a gamble. Again, because it has established itself so much, it has a genuine team, and it has those tokenomics and the right exchange listings to do well this bull cycle. Exchange listings play a big part, at least in my opinion, on the potential success of a project. So I will keep you posted on this as I always do. It was a pleasure for covering it for you guys this week. Keep your eyes on this project. Just a few things before I end this video as well. The crypto channel VIP is up and launched. This has been going great so far. Link for this is down in the description section if you're interested. Two packages available, the single call and the annual slash monthly call option. We go through your entire portfolio. I answer all of your questions. So if you're interested in that, check that link out. Would love to connect with you. Social media links are also in the description section. Instagram, X, Discord server. Give me a follow on those if you're interested. Feel free to join the Discord. And of course, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is so appreciated. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks, guys.